like, oh my gosh. Like, I feel like I was in high school all over again. Hi guys, and welcome back to the Nail by MK channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a video just going over my experience in nail school or beauty school. Or if you are interested in wanting to know how it went, then keep on watching. Or if you are in the process of getting enrolled or just wanting to know information, then keep on watching, because I will be spilling a little tea. A little tea. So yeah, but before I get started, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to my channel. Also hit those post notifications on so that you be aware of my next video. I know I've been MIA because of, you know, dealing with school and personal issues, but I'm back, and I'm, you know, going to be more consistent because I have so much in store for this channel that I want to share with all my nail techs out there, all my nail tech queens out there. So yeah, I'm back and we're ready to get this show going, because y'all are still a part of my journey. But anyways, go to my channel so that you can get all nail things, all nail everything, all everything including nails. And follow me on social media, Instagram and TikTok. Be right here. And let's get started with this video. Okay, so I have all my questions for like what I'm going to be covering in my notebook right here. And so y'all like my little pen? It's cute. So let's get started. I went to school, or I started school February 21st. So the funny thing is that I was actually supposed to start school in January, actually a day after my son's birthday, but again, things happened and I wasn't able to go right then and there at that time. But luckily I was able to get in the following month, instead of having to wait all the way until August. So yeah, I went to school February 21st and I graduated April 28th. Yes. So here's the thing, I was actually planning on doing like vlogs, you know, and just showcasing my school experience, but I was dealing with so much things personally that I just wasn't in the mood to, or I don't want to say I wasn't, well, I wasn't in the mood, truthfully, honestly. I wasn't in the mood. But not only that, it was just because I was going through so much. I just didn't feel motivated to film my experience, and I just really wanted to hurry up and get out of there, because it was also like, from what I was dealing with at home personally, it was also like problems in school that had nothing to do with me, but it's just like, okay, so you're bound to, like, you know, bump heads, especially from like beginner nail techs, which I feel like if you're attending nail school, we're all beginners, because we're literally starting from scratch with knowing everything, to, like, you know, you're not coming in there thinking that you're advanced, which there is like a few that were like that, but it wasn't too bad. Yeah, it was drama though. Like, I don't know what it is about beauty school. I feel like hair school, like going to hair school to become a hairstylist, has way more drama than like beauty. No, I'm not. No, hair school and esthetician, I've heard horror stories as far as like how catty and just drama it can be between those two. But I was actually surprised there was like a little bit of drama in my class. It was crazy, but I really liked the school. The director was really nice, helpful. My instructors were really nice. Shout out to them. You're my director, Miss Mai, for, you know, everything. She really helped me get through school. She really did. Just say thank you all for just helping me and getting me to where I am today. But yeah, so moving along, as far as nail school, what I did was I am 3-time certified nail tech. And before deciding to go to nail school, I went to take classes to be sure if this is something that I wanted to do. And I wanted to do it. And it's crazy because after, and I think I said this in the last video, after I took those certification classes, I thought that I can go work in the salon. Girl, I was like, I'm gonna go apply at this. Oh, I have to go to school to obtain my license to then be a professional to work at a nail salon. I had no idea. So I was feeling myself a little bit, but not like to the extreme. But I was like, okay, well, nail school. Let me see what nail schools are out there that I can like, you know, go to or look into. I did look at one school that was like across the way, but I was like, I had a good feeling about the school that I ended up going to, and it turned out to be the best choice, and I'm really happy with that. When you're doing your research on deciding on what school to go to, be sure to get the price. If you have more than one school in your state, compare the prices and what best fits for you, the hours, and just everything, you know, in between. I know that my school provided everything like a nail kit. It was like in a container, like a storage container. It's like this, about this tall, and it had like a hand, mannequin hand, 2 mannequin hands. We got the school t-shirts, which I still have to this day. You are given books, so you don't have to go out and purchase them. No. You're given books, so you have to pay for the books. Milady books. I'm actually gonna show you guys. Okay, I'm back. I had to go get the books and show you guys what they look like. So the 2 books that we had to purchase in order to do school are both by Milady, and the first book is this book. I do have a nail book that I actually got off of off of Amazon, and it's a Milady book. I think it's like the first generation or something, I don't know. But it's one of the books I've seen off of TikTok way before I enrolled in school. I had got that book, and everything that was in that book is actually in this book. If you're not yet enrolled in school and you know, you just want, you know, to kind of be ahead, I got that book to be ahead of, like, to be ahead in a sense, and also like read over what I'll be learning about in school, which there were times where I actually like knew some of the stuff that my instructor was asking in class because of that book that I had ordered on Amazon. If you guys want to, I'll leave a link in the description box so that you guys can check it out, and you know, see if this is what you want to get while you're, you know, figuring out if, you know, going to nail school is what you want to do. But yeah, so this is the first book that was that, you know, I had to purchase. It's pretty, it's a lot. I still have like my notes in here, but yeah, it has a lot of information that you will be learning about in nail school. So yeah, the Lady Nails book. Second book is very small, and again, in this book I have like all my notes or whatever is still in here. The most the important chapter in this book is infection control. Just putting it out there. So yeah, say you don't want to go to nail school, beauty school, because of the drama. because of the drama. Then you can also call nail salons in your surrounding area to go over there. Go over there, please.
Okay.
Go over there, my son, y'all. Sorry. Yeah, say if you don't want to go to beauty school because of whatever drama, then you can also call nail salons around your surrounding area to look into an apprenticeship, which is basically working under a licensed nail technician or manicurist, whichever, or to attain your license. So you can call a nail salon and ask about an apprenticeship, which means you'll be working under a licensed manicurist or nail technician to obtain your license. It varies. I want to say it varies in different states, so that's why you would have to call to see if it's offered or not, and then go from there. So yeah, after you get your hours, if you decide to go to nail school, I know my hours for the state of North Carolina was 300 hours. After you get your hours, you will need to take the state board exam. Basically everything that you've learned in school will be on that test. There's two parts: theory exam and practical exam. The theory part the theory exam includes questions on infection control, which is what I just showed y'all, the book of what infection control will be on or be covered in. You'll be learning about infection control, nail diseases, nail disorders, and those questions are on that test for sure, especially infection control. And I would say, yeah, infection control, nail diseases, nail disorders. It's important to know everything, but I would say those three topics are the most important, especially infection control. I think one time I had a test, like we had a test every day. Every day we had a test on a chapter that we read the day before. Sometimes the day in class we'll have a test. And I'm like, can we go home and study? Like, can we go home and study? But yeah, sometimes we had to do the test, like after we read, we have to do a test that day in class, which was a lot. But sometimes we're allowed to use our books. Be open books sometimes. Just putting it out there. But yeah, so the theory exam is written. I think, yeah, the test that I took, which I passed, I took recently. I took on July 11th. It is July 22nd now, so a few weeks ago. Your girl passed the first time, because I was not going to take it. I had in my mind that I did not want to do any retakes. Even in school, that was like my mentality. I didn't pass one test. I believe it was on pedicuring. I didn't pass that test. I did horrible. Like, the second time I took it, I passed. I did good. I was like, I'm not coming in here. And then plus I'm driving. Like, it was a lot of driving that I had to do from where I am now to the actual location where I had to take the test. So I was like, yeah, I'm not driving out here again to do a retake. Like, no. Practical is hands-on, where you will be pretty much doing a basic manicure, sculpture nails, and blood exposure. I actually have to schedule for that part, and then I get my license. Okay. We're still on the exam. So depending on your state, you will have to score a minimum on both exams. For my state, North Carolina, it was a 75 to pass for theory. I believe it's the same as practical. I am not sure. So yeah, not sure on that. On the practical, I believe it's the same thing though. I believe. Once you pass, oops, Nat, get back. Get back. Okay, so once you pass both of the exams, you will have to then register for your license. Yay! Which I am super excited about doing. Like, I may cry. Like, oh my god, I'm actually getting my license. Because y'all don't know, like, whoa. Y'all don't know. After you pass both of your exams, you will have to register for your license, which they tell you that like the second week of nail school. So everything I'm telling y'all now, y'all will know in nail school, but I'm just helping y'all out here so that when y'all go to nail school, you're like, oh, Nail by MK told me all that already. I'm good, but thank you. Any advice that I have with when it comes to nail school is, like I said in the beginning, to do your research, because there's a lot of scamming going on. So you want to make sure that whatever school you go to, you done your research, you pay attention to the review. And as well, as far as if you are in nail school right now, and it's kind of, you know, tough, it's getting, you know, hard, because I thought that by me going to nail school, it's gonna be easy peasy, beautiful nail tech. I was far wrong. Like, it was hard because some of the stuff I was like, what? I have to remember this, like, what? We start off in one class basically going over the basics, like proper hand washing, which everyone should know how to properly wash your hands. Sanitization, or sanitization. There we go. Sanitization. I said it too fast. Disinfecting or disinfection. Yeah, disinfecting, disinfection. Just all the basics is covered within like the first 2.5 weeks and 3.5 weeks. You should ask if they have like payment plans, or if some schools may offer financial aid. I paid my class in full. I did not want to have to worry about, you know, come close to me graduating, or, you know, month of what I had to, you know, pay, aside from everything else that, you know, I had to pay, like my bills and stuff. So, you know, make sure you ask, like, when you're going to these schools, like, if they have a payment plan, or if they have financial aid, or some type of, you know, assistance, or some kind of thing where you're able to make payments, you know, as you're attending, because there are schools out there that do it and some, you know, don't. But for my knowledge, I feel like there are schools, a lot of schools do offer payment plans. Again, if you want to be like me, if you want to be like MK, then pay it in full, so you don't have to worry about, you know, it the next month. Because I feel like when you graduate, or prior to you graduating, like, that's when they're like, okay, did you pay this? Like, you still have a remaining balance on such and such. Like, are you gonna take care of that? You know, whatever. So you don't want to have to like deal with the stress of all of that. The school that I went to, there was like a nail supply store, which I absolutely love now. Like, I'm a nail tech, so I'm gonna go to the nail supply store and get some stuff. Like, I absolutely love it. And yeah, so it's like you're paying for nail school, and then there's a nail supply store. It's literally a nail supply store next to the classroom. So it's like I bought quite a few things here and there of what I needed, you know, for class or whatever. So yeah, that was like, you know, it was fun. I was like, dang, they are taking these folks' money, including mine, because they have everything that you want or need. As far as the advice, for those of you who are in school already, is to pay attention and to just focus on you. For me, I am I feel like naturally I am a nice person until you know, I mess with. But for the most part, I get along with everybody until, you know, you give me a reason not to get along with you. Yeah, there was drama like the second week, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, I feel like I was in high school all over again, because the drama that you know was going on, it was just so, I don't even want to like get into detail with it, because it was that crazy. But again, it had nothing to do with me, and that's all I'm gonna say. Is to just, like, you know, going into nail school or beauty school, or already attending beauty school, you know, it's okay to like make friends and, like, you know, have study groups or whatever the case may be. But, you know, just know that you are there for yourself at the end of the day. Your classmates aren't going with you to take the exam. To take the exam. You are. So, you know, whatever like issues you have, you know, just try to stay out of like drama, because it's not worth it. You pay a lot of money to, you know, be there and to learn about nails. I've had my days where it's just like, okay, I am not bringing my A game. This is not the best that I could do on a regular day, which it was hard to do because, again, we had tests every day. So it was hard, but I got through it. And so can you. Focus on yourself. It's okay to like make friends and everything, but just, you know, stay focused and study. Even after school, like after you graduate, study and take that test. Take the state board as soon as you can. For me, like I said, I graduated back in April, and I was in the process of moving to another state, so that kind of like delayed my testing to happen right after school. Like, I'm gonna take it in July, because I also wanted to take that time in between moving to another state to study and like go over information, which was really hard because I have a 3-year-old son and he's constantly running around playing. So, and the only time that, you know, I could get him to, you know, be calm is when he's asleep. And sometimes I want to sleep myself, but I'm like, I'm gonna open this notebook and study, or I'm gonna take some tests on the computer, you know, things like that. Take my advice. My next thing is, am I going to work at a nail salon, or if I'm going to have my own suite? And the answer is, I would like to work at a nail salon. My goal is to have my own suite. I've always said that I wanted to work in a suite, but I also said that I would work in a nail salon for like 6 months before I move in to get my own suite. So yeah. That's, I don't know, like, I want to work at a salon, but I would want to work at a nail salon, but it's just like with how I work, it's, you know, it's gonna be hard to I feel like it's gonna be hard for me to find a nail salon that works Fridays and Saturdays. You know, Fridays, Saturdays, maybe Sundays, some Sundays, or every other weekend. It's like I want to be doing my YouTube and, like, you know, social media stuff too. So it's just like I don't want to overwhelm myself with a lot of things, because I tend to like do that a lot, as far as like overwhelming myself. So yeah, you know, I'm just taking it one day at a time and see, you know, what works for me and what I'd rather do. But yes, I would like to work at a nail salon just to get that experience. Of course, I would want to have my own suite. That's like that's gonna be like a huge thing for me. I feel like, you know, working in a nail salon is like, you know, huge, but having my own suite, nail by MK suite, like, that's huge. So I'm definitely gonna want to do that, or want to go that route. That way I can work whenever I want to, have my own hours, you know, all of that. So yeah, definitely will be working at a nail salon to get experience, as well as having my own suite. I am a content creator, and I have YouTube, and I have Instagram, and I have TikTok. The 3 social media places you all beginner nail tech queens need to have, like, right now. You have a nail business and you're a beginner nail tech, it's important to have a lot of social media, because therefore that's where your clientele will be mostly be brought to you, is through social media. I would mostly say Instagram, because it's very popular. Instagram and TikTok are very popular at getting clientele and everything. So I definitely recommend those 2 social medias. And there's also booking sites, which I am going to be doing. I'm actually going to be creating my own booking website. Even if you're just starting off or even if you are just starting off in school, or going in the process of going to school, or not in school yet and you're just doing nails or whatever, have that account ready, have that account made, so that your clients or future clients can go on there and see your work. Even if you're just using a practice stand, post all of that, because they see that and they actually see, it's like actually seeing them with that nail design or that nail art. So it's very important to post your work on anywhere, Facebook, Twitter, even. No social media is safe. Watch this. Regardless of how it looks, post it, because you're growing. You're eventually going to get better, so don't feel bad if you're not up there yet, because I used to feel like, oh my gosh, this is horrible, I'm not gonna post it. But which I normally don't post. It's like, okay, I can do better than that. I can do better than that. And so I won't post, but it's just maybe the next try or the next time I do the same thing. But yeah, that's pretty much covers the marketing and content category. So now we are going to talk about support system. Okay, now this is when I am going to talk about promoting yourself, because okay, so when I decided that I wanted to go to nail school, I don't want to I don't want to get emotional, and I don't want to get I don't want to seem like I'm bashing anybody either, but it's just what I've taken notice of during my whole time of going to school and everything. So having a support system going to school is everything. And I did feel because I have a thing as far as how I like to speak things into existence. I like to say that I already have something, whether I'm working towards it or I'm in the process of making it happen. I'm that type of person. I've always been that type of person. So it's when I'm telling family or I'm telling friends, what I have going on, and then it's their tone changes, or they just, doesn't seem happy. It makes me sad. And there's been a couple of times that I felt okay, I'm not saying anything else to nobody about how nail school is going. And I didn't. I stopped telling people, certain people, in my family, I stopped telling, because it just seemed like they weren't genuinely happy for me to be going to school or whatever. And I'm sorry. Well, I'm not sorry, because this is how I felt. And those of you watching who feel like this is targeted towards you, if the shoe fits, that's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, I've felt you know, I felt sad. I felt sad because I'm like, I'm doing something for myself and it's something I really want to do. I'm doing it for me. And you know, I'm excited about like doing something like this and like having a business and like all of that, like just all of that stuff. And it's like I get a dry response after explaining how happy and just my excitement to be starting middle school, and you're not happy for me. You're not happy for me. I will say that my biggest support system that is no longer here, who's no longer here, because she had passed away back in March. I was still in school. So yeah, when I was saying talking about personal stuff, like I was dealing with some personal stuff, with, you know, my grandmother being sick, and everything. And yeah, she was my biggest like support system like throughout it all. And I'm not gonna get emotional, like it's just a happy moment for me, and everything. It is emotional, but I'm like, I don't want to get emotional, okay? But yes, like she was my biggest support system. Like, you know, when I came because I was, you know, taking care of her at the time while I'm, you know, going to school. So it's like, you know, this, you know, whole topic is emotional for me because nobody really knows like what I had to endure, everything during middle school. And that's the part of the reason why I didn't get to film or vlog, because I was just going through so much. But anyways, like I would come home or, you know, get to come to her house after school. And mind you, the school was like 2 hours away from where you know, I was going to, you know, care for her. So I was literally driving 2 hours from her house to school every single day, Monday through Thursday. There was no class on Friday, which I was super happy about. Of course, no school on the weekends. Extremely happy about. So I can, like, you know, relax and rejuvenate and all that stuff. But yeah, like every day, having to get to school before 9 a.m. or before 8:30 because that's when school has started. It was rough. And you know, every day she would, like, you know, she would tell me like to do my best, and like, you know, going back to her house, I would always like tell her what I did and show her, like, you know, what I did in class. She was my biggest, I can't stress this enough, my biggest support system, like from the time that she found out that I was going to middle school. She was like, well, you know, if it's what you really want to do, then, you know, you do it. But she never like doubted me. Like I felt like some people in my family did. And you know, I still love y'all, but this is just how I felt, you know, whatever, going through school. But yeah, so that's just how I felt, you know, with my family. Now with friends, that's a whole nother situation. Told a friend that I was going to be attending nail school, and in midst of what we were talking about, like, and then I had mentioned, in midst of what we were talking about, and then I had just, you know, mentioned about me going to nail school. I think this was 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago. So yeah, 2 years ago, I was, you know, telling a friend that I was going to nail school, and it was like she disregarded that so fast. I was like, wait, did she just disregard the fact that I told her that I was going to nail school? So let me back it on up. And while she was talking about what she was talking about, let me come in again and say, hey, yes, I am going to be going to nail school in such and such time. So I did that, and it was the same thing. So I was like, oh, you hating. You're a hater. Hating loudly for you to not say anything. Like, she said absolutely nothing. You're not ever going to forget who all was there. you know, whether it was watching my son while I was going to school, or, you know, giving me encouraging words, wishing me luck. Like, I remember all of that, as well as who didn't check up on me when I was in school. None of that. When she did that, I was like, well, I don't consider you as a friend anymore. You know, I'm the type of friend that I support my friends in anything that they do, business, you know, whatever they have going on. I am supporting 100 or 1,000%. That's just the type of person that I am. So it was kind of crazy, like a slap in the face that, you know, she didn't feel the same or do the same for me. It was hurtful, but it just made me realize that I can't tell everybody everything that goes on in my life or what I have going on, for the simple fact that, you know, they are jealous, they are hating, or they want to be in secret competition with you. We're all trying to win. We're all trying to make something of ourselves, work for ourselves, become bosses, businesswomen, whatever the case may be. Why are you hating? Why are you hating for? There's no reason for that. I don't let things like that get to me anymore, because if I'm gonna have one person support me or many people support me, I'd rather one person support me that genuinely wants to see me win. One person that I was able to talk to, that I was able to talk to and share, like, you know, my happiness and my being excited going to nail school. Two was always there. Like, she was always there. My grandmother was always there. So yeah, like, she was my biggest support system throughout, like, nail school, whatever. But yeah, like, when you feel like, you know, in my situation where you rarely have, like, people like your friends or your family to support you, give good customer service, excellent customer service, you do a bomb installation or bomb nails, whatever the case, whatever it is that you do or trying to do, you're always on time, you have quality work, you make conversation, music's good, snacks good, all those things people look at. And another thing is that the friends, which should no longer be your friends if they are not supportive, if they, you know, if their tone of voice or their tone changes when you bring up something exciting that's happening in your life. You talk about what you want to do, what you have plans of doing, especially when they don't, you know, they don't share your posts, or they don't share anything that you post. Moving along. Let them friends go, because they're not your friends. And make new ones. You know, make new ones that are in the industry as you. Surround yourself around like-minded people like you, like yourself. So if you have, like, a business mind, a successful mind, you know, just positive mindset, surround yourself around people with that same mindset, and you would begin to see a difference from the people that you had around that were in your circle, that were no longer or never deserve to be in your space or circle to begin with, to the people that bring positivity, that support you, that are not hating low-key or high-key. Luckily for me, I've gotten rid of that. Like, I'm like, all right, so well, you showed me who you are, so I'm going to keep it moving and mind my business over this way and keep heading towards success. And that's exactly what I'm doing. Even if you don't have the support system, be your own cheerleader. I'm my own cheerleader, aside from my grandmother and, you know, my family members who were certain family members in my family who were supportive and who were there for me from jump. But I'm always my number one fan. I'm always my support system, aside from God, who's number one and who's in anything that I do. That's another thing, if you're into religion, you know, to always put God first in anything that you do. Put God in the middle of whatever it is that you want to do in life, because you will see him do the best for what you have planned and what he has planned and everything. But I don't want to get into all that, you know, religious stuff or whatever. But just, you know, just keep in mind that if, you know, you don't have anyone, always rely on yourself. Always see yourself as your support, as your biggest support system, or as your number one fan, because you're the one that's putting the time, the effort, the work, honey, to make it all happen. And, you know, without yourself or without your vision, like, you don't have anything. But with the vision, with, you know, the amount of work that you do, the time that you put into creating something is a lot, you know, that many people cannot do or are afraid of doing. And for you to, Jaden, for you to be out here doing it like me, you're on your way. And MK is here to tell you that you can do it. So that concludes this video. Yay! So if you guys liked me speaking about my experience in nail school, give this video a thumbs up, and that you are subscribed to my channel and to follow me on social media. As stated, I have so much in store for this channel that I want everyone, you all out there watching, to be a part of my journey. So yeah, this concludes this video. It's the end of the questions, or like what I had written in my notebook. So I will see you guys in the next video.